Hey guys, welcome to my Orcs Must Die Unchained deck building tutorial. And today I will be showing you how to build a deck in Orcs Must Die Unchained. So the button you have to press is the inventory buttons, which is right up here. This is how you get here. You just press this, and you're here. I'm already here, so so the inventory is where you view your card collection, edit your decks, and grind up unwanted cards for Gibbs. As of right now, this is in alpha, so we don't have all the features to our disposal here. Right now, it's just deck editing that works, which to build a deck, that's all you need. So you click on deck editing, and it brings you to this screen. I have deleted all of my decks, so I have none. So I'm going to build one right in front of you to show you how it's done. So first off, the first thing you need to do is you press this plus sign, and it gives you the choice to name your deck. So I am going to name this something that's not custom deck. I'll name it the Royal Pheno deck. There we go. Press enter, and there we go. I have a new deck. So right after you press enter, it's all set. Now you can build your deck. So as of right now, these are all the cards I can pick from. That's a lot of cards. It's kind of confusing too. So what we're going to do to make that a little bit easier is we're going to go through each one of these buttons here to pick the certain type of card we want, so we can build it from the type of card so that it's easier for us to see what we have to select. So this is the all cards button, and then this is just the gear, which we can pick two different things we can take. So let's go to gear and see, this is our selection of gear at this time. Now, what this stuff is, essentially each hero has their own weapon. So all this is just two extra things to take on top of that. It's either weapons or trinkets or these wards, which essentially give you temporary resistance against certain types of abilities. So for this, in order to add a card, just press it, and it's added. See, it's in the deck. And from there, just select the cards you want. Now, if you want to know more about the card, just right-click, and it'll tell you. Currently, some of the information is not all filled in, but as the game is finished and as the game completes, all this information will be filled in. And so you can keep clicking on things, and it'll tell you basic things about it, and probably more complicated stuff once the game hits release. So you just right click to get more information. Yeah, it's easy. So I will pick the teleport ring, which allows you to teleport back to the rift at any point, as long as you're not in combat. You need to be out of combat for about 5 seconds. And as far as what you have to go through, all this will change through time, especially when the game's released, and different people will have different cards. So I'm not going to go through each card, but I will at least show you the certain types of cards you can get. So for this we'll just go with, actually I like the Ring of Storms. This is actually a deck I'm going to use, so I'm going to try to pick the stuff that I want. So next will be the traps. So these are all the traps that we currently have available. And I try to pick a trap for each type of surface. So for instance, the yellow is the floor traps, the green is the wall traps, and the purple are the ceiling traps. Just go by the background of the picture, and just make sure you have one of each. Then you can go crazy for the other few traps that you can pick from. But make sure you at least have one of each. At least that's how I go about it. You can go about it any way you want. You can play the game however you want to play it. But I personally prefer having one of each type of trap. So as far as what I'll pick, they have a tar trap here, but they also have this vicious tar, which is more expensive. But what it does is it slows the enemies while they're crossing it, and for a short duration after, instead of just the slowing while they're on the trap itself. So I personally prefer that, which is why I'll be selecting that. And let's see, what else should I put in my deck? Let's see. I think some sort of arrow walls will be great. As of right now, at least to what is available to alpha players, we only really have arrow walls as wall traps. As far as like traps that can get far from the wall. There's wall blades and there's naphtha sprayer, but I'm pretty sure both of those are pretty close proximity traps. So I want something that can hit far away. What I've been doing lately is I've been taking both frost and fire, because there's a lot of wall room, and I feel as if the combination helps both with combos and it takes care of different types of minions. Ice is specifically really good against ogres. So, let's see. What else should I take? I got 2 more trap spaces. See, here, these are locked out. I'm guessing you'll be able to unlock these at some point. I'm not sure how. But, yeah, at some point you'll be able to take more traps. So, as far as what I should pick, let's see. I obviously need a ceiling trap if I go by my rule. And I like to pick expensive traps because especially if I do very competitive games, you're going to want to take advantage of all the money as possible. And you don't want to be putting down a bunch of cheap traps, and then with all these huge stuff coming through, you want something that's really good that can take advantage of the traps. Since considering you can only have 13 traps, for instance, in the map that we're playing currently, due to the trap limit, you want to make sure that every trap has a distinct purpose and is making the greatest effect as possible. So I'm going to go with the Tesla coil because it's powerful and it's expensive because it's good. And also I'm going to go with another floor trap, the Cursed Ground. It's expensive, but I believe it inflicts constant damage to enemies that cross it. I don't believe it even resets. It just does continuous damage. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So yeah, I'm going to use that. But yeah, there's plenty of traps, and I bet there'll be certainly a whole lot more you can get once the game is released. So, after this is glyphs. Glyphs are for minions. When minions cross over glyphs, they gain an extra boost of something. For instance, the glyph of health will give them a boost of health. Glyph of blood, minions that cross this glyph do more damage. That certainly helps, especially when killing heroes and killing guardians and that such. So, there's, for instance, all these resist glyphs. Say you have a arcane enemy, such as Stink Eye or the Sorceress. You can put the glyph of arcane resistance down, and all the orcs that cross over it will have a resistance, or at least an extra resistance to that type of damage. So that certainly helps when you know which type of hero is protecting the lane that you're trying to move your minions down. So say Smolder's taking care of a lane, Glyph of Fire Resist will do a good job of minimizing the damage you can do to your minions. So there's physical damage, there's frost damage, there's lightning damage. You have the regular glyphs, then you have the minor glyphs, which are much, much cheaper in leadership, but they will and they'll do a lot less resist and a lot less for your minions. So usually I always take these glyphs just so that when I put them down, I know I never have to take it off. Because with the minor glyphs, that's something you want to take off eventually, so someone can put a more expensive glyph on that will do more for your minions. So I try to take the more expensive glyphs just so I know I don't have to babysit it. I don't have to make sure that I don't really have to coordinate with my team, so to speak, to make sure I take it off when I have to. I just like to do it as less thinking during the game as possible, just so I can focus on the more important stuff. So if that makes sense. So the Glyph of Health is what I take, and the Glyph of Blood, because those two will always help me. Some people don't like the Glyph of Blood because they think it's useless, but I think it certainly has its use. As far as what else, there's the minor glyph and the Glyph of Healing. These glyphs are cheaper because putting those right in front of your war camps won't do anything, because they just heal damage that's been taken. They don't add health. Whereas the Glyph of Health and the Minor Glyph of Health, they actually add health onto your minions. Whereas the healing just heals the health that's been taken away from traps and from heroes and such. So yeah, those are glyphs. So yeah, let's go to our weavers. So at this point, we only have 4 weavers, but we can select 3. So I usually play defense, so I'll take the defensive glyph, the offensive glyph, and I'll take the support glyph as well. So yeah. So just so you know, guys, before we go to the minions, make sure to press this save button. This is very important. It will not auto-save your decks, so you must click the save button to make sure it's saved. And once you do that, this thing will be grayed out, so you'll know it's saved. So as of right now, it is saved, but we're going to add some minions, so we'll save it again after we're done with this. So yeah, so right now this is level 1 minions, this is level 2 minions, this is level 3 minions, and this is level 4 minions. So let's just start with level 1, let's just go in order. So with level 1 minions, I try to take only 1 or 2 of these cards. They're all free in leadership, so the price doesn't matter, so it's just like taking the card you want. I like to get a null in there early, and it's good. It's a good option to have the greased lightning guys, the fast little kobolds. Just so if you could do a cobalt rush, it's good if a certain lane is weak. You can send those in, and they might be able to get you a few cheap points. So the level 2 here. Let's see. There's a lot of different selection here. There's the 2 free ones down here. There's a man-shy and 1 orc down. These free ones are very important because you just in case you just upgrade a war camp and you don't have anything else to spend as far as leadership goes, but you want to get a minion card in there for the next wave. It's good to have one of these. I'll go with the 1 orc down. And as far as one of these, I'm going to try to select something that I know will help. I usually don't go with the expensive ones on this one. Certainly they will help if you stick to level 2 a lot and then upgrade, say, another war camp. But because of the way I'm playing right now, I think these will be best. So I could send some nulls. And I could pick one more, but I won't. I'll stick to... So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 slots for the more expensive cards. Alright, so this is when I want my options. So I always pick the orcs, dumber and dumbest here. Or, I'm sorry, the ogres. And as far as what else, I like this card. I sometimes take that. As far as the other ones, though, just seem to be... this is good actually too. Just getting a lot of... These guys do great damage to heroes. And the... whatchamacallit, the guardians. So these are good too to have. So I'll take those. And I could pick at least 1 or 2 more here because I left myself a lot of space. The dwarf bodyguards are pretty good. They take a lot of damage. And let's see. Oh, I want a free card too. So I will take this one. So yeah, always make sure you get a free card, especially these later waves where these are expensive. So you want to try to add something really good early. So with this, I will take this free card, this the human one here. And all right, so we got a lot of good selections here, a lot of good stuff. I'll take these crossbowmen. Like I said, I like they have a really long range, and they do a lot of good damage. And like I always try to find the cards that have the stuff that I hate fighting, because that means it's a good minion. So this mage +8, the mages are brutal. At least right now. They may change them when the game's released, but as of right now, they are brutal. So I'll take those. And let's see what else. What else we got here? Maybe I should probably take one of these real expensive cards so I can take advantage of the high leadership. I will take the troll card. And yeah, so I just built my deck. So I just press this save button right here, and this deck is saved. So that's pretty much the gist of it. If you have any questions, ask in the YouTube comments. I'm also on the Orcs Must Die forums. I'm also on the Orcs Must Die Reddit, which is r/Orcs Must Die. And yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. And I'll do my best to answer them for you. And yeah, and I'll update this video if this process has any major changes. And or I'll make a new video, I should say. I can't really update this video, but I'll make a new video if this process had any significant changes. So yeah, thanks for watching and good luck.